Today is day 4 of your social studies lesson on Reconstruction. So all week you have read about Reconstruction. Reconstruction is the time after the war, and the Civil War to be precise. Reconstruction means that we have to rebuild. And if you remember from Monday's lesson, I said it was because war destroys things. And during the Civil War, Sherman came through and he burnt down towns and cities and farms and crops and killed animals. And so when the war was over, people didn't have a lot left to their homes. They didn't have a lot left to their towns. There were buildings that weren't left. So they're having to rebuild the buildings, rebuild the towns, rebuild their farms. And the slaves didn't have an actual home before this. Their home was somebody else's home. It wasn't their real home. So during Reconstruction, some of those former slaves are now going out and building their own new homes. They're getting jobs now where they're getting paid. They're going out and making a living. Some of them are getting important jobs in government that was never allowed before. They're actually getting to go to school now, so they're getting to learn to read and write. This is why school is so important to a lot of you, is because it used to not be for everybody. And now it is, because people fought hard to get that right for you. So you need to take advantage of it just like they did, because the first thing they did, if they could, they sent their kids to school because they were never allowed to read and write. And now they're allowed to go to school and learn to read and write. So today you're going to read about the horseshoe crab. This is the science part of our South Carolina newspapers, where they tie in some science things with animals and plants. So you're going to learn about the horseshoe crab, which is one of the crabs that we will find in what section of South Carolina you think? Horseshoe crabs. Crabs live in the ocean. So what region of South Carolina are you going to be in if you find a horseshoe crab? Did you say coastal zone? Because that's where the ocean is. All right, you're also going to look at a chart that shows states in our country or the country itself and how many slaves used to be there. And there are some questions that go along with this chart. And if you can answer these questions while looking at the chart, then you should be able to answer my questions at the end of the lesson. And remember, you can go do the bonus sources to get extra coins. And tomorrow you're going to have your test on this. You're going to do the Let's Write. You can then go, after you finish those two, because those two are the most important that I'm looking for. After you finish those two, you can then do the word search or the crossword search, and you can do the misspelled. And those are going to get you extra bonus coins as well. All right. See you later.